Before I embroider any design, I always check and make sure I know where it's going to stitch on my fabric. Sometimes I'll even check it more than once. Sometimes when I'm working on a garment, I check it 3 or 4 times just to make sure, because kind of it's a one-shot deal. So let me show you how you can easily check the position of the design. So start off by pulling your design onto your screen and then touch the eye for information. When you go over to the hoop settings, you have not only where you pick your hoops, but you also have where you can see the design. And down at the bottom corner, there is an option called check. So I'm going to touch check. And at this point, it allows me to go around the outside perimeter. Now, I did embroider this design right in the middle of the hoop, so this will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So right now, it shows me that it's showing the upper left corner of a design. Okay, so that's kind of that furthest point. Now, there's no stitching in that area, but that's the outer edge of the design. If I touch the arrow to the other side, I can see how far out to the edge this design is going to stitch and how far down. The other thing I can do here is I can put the needle to the center of the design. And then by using my, let's say I don't want it in the middle of the hoop, my mark on my fabric is, let's say it's up here. So what I can do is I can move this design, that is the needle at the center of the design, and get it to come exactly where I want it to actually stitch. And I can come right up here, and if I need to, move it left or right, but I can be on the exact point with this screen when I go to stitch. Now, you're going to notice that that design is still in the hoop, even though those corners say it's out of the hoop. So it will let me stitch that as long as I don't have a red mark around the outside of the hoop. I can go ahead and stitch. So I can go ahead and move right on over to the embroidery screen. And of course the needle does move. It's no longer in the center where I had set it. It does move to the first stitch that you're about to take. So then you're ready to embroider, but that's how you can check and get your design perfectly positioned.